Like the politicians they cover, sometimes the Fourth Estate has its fair share of scandals. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 modern journalism scandals. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're taking a look at scandals that go against the journalistic ideal of reporting news accurately and fairly, whether in print or broadcast. Joseph Pulitzer and William Randolph Hearst started the trend of scandalous journalism in the late 1800s, and these people carried that trend over into the 20th century and beyond. Number 10. Columnists on the Bush administration payroll.
I know full well we're dealing with a determined enemy.
In 2005, some investigative reporters did some digging and found that a few of their fellow journalists had engaged in shady dealings with the George W. Bush administration. At least 3 conservative columnists had received taxpayer dollars as an inducement to write favorably about specific White House initiatives, like No Child Left Behind and the promotion of marriage. One of the columnists, Armstrong Williams, was paid a whopping $241,000. He later apologized, and his column was canceled. The others, Maggie Gallagher and Michael McManus, got off with a slap on the wrist. Number 9. The Sun's coverage of the Hillsborough disaster.
The thing that you can never forget is the 96 people, men, women and children, they went to a football match and they didn't come home.
96 people died and hundreds were injured when overcrowded central pens collapsed at a semi-final football game between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest at Hillsborough Stadium in 1989. 4 days later, The Sun ran a front-page story entitled The Truth, claiming drunken Liverpool fans attacked and urinated on rescue workers as they tried to revive victims, and picked the pockets of injured people. However, these reports contradicted eyewitnesses, who claimed that fans, including those from Liverpool, helped first responders by administering first aid. Experts also reported that the urine was probably coming involuntarily from crushed fans. The Sun later apologized, but many Liverpool shops still refused to carry it.
We have apologised in the past. We continue to apologise.
Number 5. Brian Williams and the Iraq War.
We asked the U.S. Army to take us along on an air mission. They accepted.
Former NBC nightly news anchor Brian Williams came under fire in 2015 after incorrectly recounting an experience he'd had in Iraq in 2003. Originally, Williams reported that he was part of a helicopter convoy with U.S. Army personnel when the helicopter in front of his was hit by a rocket-propelled grenade and forced to make an emergency landing. However, Williams' story evolved over the years, becoming more dramatic and even changing to say his was the helicopter hit. Ultimately, in 2015, several veterans who were in the convoy told a military newspaper that Williams' retelling was false. The newsman apologized and was suspended for 6 months from nightly news.
I own this. I own up to this.
Number 4. Jimmy and the Washington Post. Jimmy's World was a 1980 Washington Post article that detailed the story of an 8-year-old heroin addict. The article went viral, or whatever the 80s equivalent would be, prompting police to conduct a citywide manhunt that resulted in nothing. The following year, the author of the article, Janet Cook, won a Pulitzer Prize, and her story was reprinted all over the world. However, after the Post found inconsistencies with Cook's academic credentials and pressed her, she confessed that Jimmy never existed.
Take us to the house of this little kid, and she couldn't do it.
After the fabrication was found out, Cook resigned and returned her Pulitzer, something that had never been done before.
Basically, this happened. PewDiePie and other YouTubers took money from Warner Brothers for positive game reviews. Now that's fucked up. I'm just disappointed. This is all over my Twitter feed. People are saying PewDiePie took corporate money to not disclose paid game reviews. #shame. Warner Brothers and PewDiePie's shady influencer marketing. So it's shady. It's disgusting. Bloggers and influencers have responsibility to disclose. So now that PewDiePie got caught getting paid off by publishers to shill for games, can we hate him now? Can we just hate PewDiePie now? I don't really know what he does, but I never liked him, and ooh, now I got a reason to hate that son of a bitch. He got paid and he didn't disclose it. That's disgusting. That's despicable. Fuck that asshole. Oh wait, no, wait, it's right there. First of all, this is 2 years ago. Second of all, it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. No one mentions this. No one. This video was sponsored by Warner Brothers. Basically, what happened was that a lot of YouTuber was involved in this sponsorship, but since I'm the biggest YouTuber, my name is the only one that pops up. And basically what happened was that we weren't required to disclose. I still did it. Some other YouTubers actually didn't disclose it, but I'm getting all the shit for it. And it's kind of bullshit. Yes, I could have disclosed it better. I could have put it above the fold. So basically all these news articles are using me as a clickbait, putting my name to shame when I didn't even do anything wrong. The Verge, Variety, Polygon, Recode, Mashable, the list goes on. And this person put it out pretty well. The FTC found that Warner Brothers was at fault and The Verge used PewDiePie name as clickbait. A Reddit post says, "This is a terrible article with a clickbait title. If you're interested in this issue, you're better off simply reading FTC's press release." Of course, Warner Bros. Did not pay PewDiePie for a positive review, as PewDiePie generally doesn't do reviews. Everyone's calling me a reviewer and that it's unethical for me to do a positive review, but I'm not a reviewer. And if you watch the video, this is what I say. Thank you for liking and commenting on this video as always, bros, and thank you for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun playing this game, so I hope you did as well. That's disgusting. I had fun playing the game. Fuck you. He would never have said that, piece of shit. How dare you, 2014 PewDiePie, enjoy a game that is critically acclaimed. Disgusting. Can we all just hate PewDiePie now? What they paid PewDiePie to do was a paid promotion, which is perfectly legal as long as it's disclosed, which it was. Why is no one mentioning this? The headline is misleading. The people getting paid to do reviews are failing to disclose that, were other less known YouTubers who would bring in less clicks. According to the FTC, it was the responsibility of Warner Brothers to ensure that YouTubers taking part in promotion correctly disclose this fact. Okay, it goes on. So you get the point. Thank you, Nicholson. I appreciate that you did this. Here's an important point. This was 2 years ago, and the FTC didn't release guidelines specific to YouTube until 2015. And this video was in 2014. I do want to say that because of this, back then YouTube paid promotion was a bit of a gray area. Nevertheless, I still disclaimed it. It's there in the description. But this is how it looks like today. I'll make a verbal mention before the video even begins. Video was brought to you by Loot Crate. And the top line in the description mentions it as well. And this is so you bros can know if the video is sponsored or not right away. I'm all for disclaiming content. I have no problem with it, and I'm gonna keep doing it. And finally, The Verge is trash for using PewDiePie to get views when all other YouTubers who didn't disclose the Warner Brothers sponsorship at all. This happens time and time again with media. They take someone popular like me and they run whatever story is gonna get them more clicks, and you know, my name gets run in the ground. And a lot of these articles are saying like, we're still waiting for PewDiePie for a reply. We're still waiting for PewDiePie to respond to this horrific act that he has committed. I don't fucking need you. I have an audience. I can talk to them. You're literally insignificant, and that's why you're pulling this shit, because I think you know it. This is my response. Now excuse me while I go play Bear Simulator, the greatest game that has ever been made. And also I have to disclose this video was sponsored by CSGO Lotto. Thanks for grouping me with those people, Polygon. Really appreciate it. We're practically the same. Honestly, thanks to people who saw through this bullshit and commented and boasted about it. I really appreciate that people see past the headlines, because the problem with this is people read the headline and that's all they get out of it. If I did something wrong, I should be paying the consequences. In this case, I don't think I did anything wrong. But that's all for now. I'm sorry this had to take up a video. I'll see you bros in the next one. Brofist.